All right, I think we're live. Let's see. Good Sunday morning. Meteorologist Nate Larsen here, Fox 13 News. I wanted to give a quick weather update for Sunday. Kicking it off pretty similar to what we've been seeing the last couple of days. So calling it a bit of a wash, rinse, and repeat weather pattern, meaning we're going to see more temperature inversions, some warming temperatures in the mid to higher elevations with high pressure in place, and air quality becoming a concern with the valleys being trapped within temperature inversions. So here's a look at the Natural History Museum camera showing a stretch of the valley looking south. You can see some of the haze building. High cloud cover's been in place. And temperature-wise, we are about average for this time of year. So we've been hovering in the 20s across much of the Wasatch Front. Usually we're 24 for overnight low. Logan's 19, St. George 31. And air quality, let me get you back to that. Just updated from Department of Environmental Quality, moderate today, tomorrow. But Tuesday could start to see orange, which is unhealthy for sensitive groups. So degrading air quality with the inversion that's in place. We covered it. I covered it yesterday in the video. Basically, what causes the inversions, the temperature inversions to set up. We'll just go over that real quick again in case you didn't catch yesterday. So temperature inversions are common here in northern valleys of Utah because of the low sun angle, so the time of year, the topography, the mountains that surround the valleys were kind of in a large bowl. And so with little flow from weather systems being diverted to the north of us, high pressures in place, we see stagnant air, basically, and high pressure causes sinking motion in the atmosphere. So it essentially puts a lid on the valleys with the high pressure that's in place. It also has to do with temperature, relatively warmer temperatures moving in on top of the colder air that pools in the valley, because cold air is more dense than warmer air. It continues to trap some of the particulates that we emit from our cars and our homes and businesses. And so we just continue to see increasing amounts of haze until a storm system comes in and helps brush out some of the bad air, kind of stir up the atmosphere, if you will. Looking at the pattern, not much changed. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, storm riding up and around the ridge continues to stay east of us. There is a storm potentially Friday, model suggesting, again, it stays to the east of us, but we could have just enough impacts from the trough. Notice some of the wind particulates or wind particles there, potentially impacting some of our upper air, which would mix out or allow some of the temperature reversions to hopefully erode out and see some improvement heading into the weekend. But high pressure builds right back in Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, no storms on the horizon, and unfortunately even the long range outlook, 6 to 10 days, showing below average chances of precipitation. So kind of a bummer there. Got the emoji to go along with that. Would be really nice, yeah, if we could get something, another storm system in the works, but not seeing much, if anything, even the extended forecast. So temperature-wise, still seeing the colder air in the higher valleys for right now. Alta's at 26, so similar temperatures to the Wasatch Front. 31 right now in St. George. Ski forecast, notice that even up in the higher elevations, the mountains starting to warm up. So folks heading up on the slopes will be just below freezing, but then we're climbing into the 30s or just above freezing by the afternoon. So it's cold this morning, of course, as lifts start spinning, but they'll continue to warm up into the afternoon. Avalanche conditions, Utah Avalanche Center showing moderate avalanche risk still for the base or the mountain ranges near Logan, Ogden, Salt Lake, Provo, and the Skyline Range. Western Uinta is still considerable, so you want to avoid those steeper angles. Stick to the low angle slopes with the considerable risk, meaning that human triggered avalanches are likely today in that area still, especially along the north facing aspects of the slopes. Looking then at some of the forecast in your neck of the woods, so northern Utah, this is where we'll start to see a bigger contrast with temperature swings with inversions setting up. So the clouds this morning are clearing out. Logan just mid-30s, but Alta should get up to upper 30s for highs. Get rid of that screen there. Brigham City upper 30s, along with Wendover just near freezing. And then for the Wasatch Front, take my picture off for now so you can see these. We're going to see more sunshine take over. 38 in Salt Lake, 36 Ogden, but Provo, Utah County, model's not picking up on inversion, settling in quite as strongly in Utah County just yet. So maybe into the 40s today. We might not get that warm. Regional forecast for eastern Utah, 30s and 40s for Green River, Moab, but again, a little warmer temperatures, areas outside of valley inversion. Southern Utah, pretty nice for the most part. In fact, close to average highs. For much of Cedar City, St. George, normal high in Cedar's 43 this time of year, 53 for St. George. So pretty typical Sunday or January weather for southern Utah, but we'll start to warm up with the ridge in place. And so St. George, low 50s to low 60s by Wednesday with sunshine, closer to average highs maybe by the end of the week, 54 on Saturday. In northern Utah, turning mostly sunny, some partly cloudy skies on Monday, still hazy, not much fluctuation day to day with temperatures, upper 30s expected for highs. And then Friday with that potential storm system, we might mix out some of the colder air and haze. Otherwise, we'll be looking at more of the same into next weekend. So yeah, we need some more snow. Anyway, hopefully something changes in the pattern, but for now, it's pretty stagnant and dry. So have a good Sunday. We'll see you back here later tonight.